Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Michigan Women's Soccer here on WCBN Sports. I am Charlie Brigham, joined by my co-host Alex Drain. How you doing tonight, Alex?
Oh, pretty good. Not too cold. Chilly, but not freezing yet. And it's going to be the home stretch for this Michigan women's soccer team. 2 home games remain in the regular season, and a pretty solid squad in here tonight in Rutgers. Looking forward to it.
It absolutely should be a good game all around. Both teams have been doing very well so far overall in the season and in Big Ten play. Looking for a great game here from both sides. Game is just set to kick off here in a few minutes. Both teams huddling up for their pregame conversations. Anything you expect out of this game, Alex?
No, I mean, this is a Michigan team that's coming in and playing with some confidence in the top 20 of the poll, their first double-digit win season since 2016, and the top 30 in RPI, so looking to close in on a potential NCAA tournament berth, and also jostling their number 2 in the Big Ten standing, so big implications all around here in this one.
Absolutely is an important game for Michigan to win, come out here and play well. Tonight, for those at home, we have Michigan in navy blue uniforms with maize numbers, and Rutgers coming in with white uniforms with red numbers. Game, like I said, just getting ready to kick off. Both teams taking the field now, getting ready to start here. Run over the starting lineups for your Michigan Wolverines. In goal, we have number 1, Hillary Beal. We also have Jade Rivera in the field, Elia Martin, Brooke Seeley, Meredith Hawkinson, Sarah Strategakis, Hannah Blake, Riley Loftman, Nikki Hernandez, Sydney Shepard, and Janice Joyner. Like I said, here we go. Just about to get started here in Ann Arbor. Cool night, but the fans have shown out all bundled up, looking for some good Big Ten soccer action.
Well, 45 minutes placed up on the clock. Always the interesting thing about college soccer. Of course, the clock ticks down as opposed to up in normal soccer otherwise, but should be a good one here tonight. Pretty much dark, lights on, a good Thursday night action.
Have clear skies, no rain or anything like that tonight, just a cool temperature in the air. And here we go, folks. Both teams have broken the huddle. We are ready to start this game off with the kickoff. Looking to take the kickoff for Michigan is your very own number 10, Hannah Blake. Set off at midfield. And we're just about to get underway here. And there is the kickoff. Blake swinging the ball back. This Michigan team passing the ball around. Number 4, Leah Martin with the ball right now. Martin weighing her options. Swings the ball over to Sydney Shepard. Shepard to Loftman right back. Shepard on the near sideline, weighing her options, looking for a Michigan player to pass to. That pass kicked deep downfield, however intercepted, but turned right back over to Michigan. Some sloppy ball handling by both teams here. However, the ball finally gets passed back over to Rutgers. Rutgers in possession of the ball now on their own half of the field. It's number 13, Tierney Wiltshire for Rutgers with the ball right now. If that ball goes out of bounds, she's going to have a throw-in. Wiltshire weighing her options here. Debates for a short throw-in. That ball is kicked right out of bounds, though, by Meredith Hawkinson of your Wolverines. Still Rutgers ball. Another throw-in kicked right out of bounds. Michigan is going to retain possession of this one, though. This is Jade Rivera looking for the throw-in. Rivera tosses it back onto Michigan's own half of the field over to Sydney Shepard. Shepard swings it over to Martin. Martin pushing to the far sideline now. Martin with the pass over. Number 24, Janice Joyner on the far sidelines looking to push the ball up. Rutgers defenders swarming her. The ball is turned over. This is going to be Rutgers ball. Rutgers now looking to push up, looking to make something happen here on the offensive end. Another turnover, though, by the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Another turnover by Michigan, though. Both has been some sloppy offensive play by both teams so far. No real scoring opportunities with 2 minutes down in this game. The ball's kicked right out of bounds. It's going to be a Michigan throw-in, Rutgers throw-in rather, on that far sideline on Rutgers half of the field. The throw-in here is taken away by Michigan. Michigan over to Shepard Joyner on the far sideline rather.
You see some early pressure so far from the Wolverines, at least in terms of retaining the ball in Rutgers territory.
Yep, absolutely. Both teams have been active defensively and a little sloppy on the offensive end, as has been said. Rutgers takes control of the ball here, still deep in their own territory, right by the goalie box, looking to push it up and out to avoid some dangerous situations. That ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be a Rutgers throw-in. Rutgers here. That ball goes out of bounds. Another throw-in here. Again, sloppy play by both teams. Lots of balls going out of bounds. This throw-in, this is number 17 for Rutgers. Amira Aliyah. However, her pass is intercepted. Michigan's Riley Loftman with the pass. However, that ball is going to go too far out of bounds. Just missing Meredith Hawkinson. Going to be Rutgers ball here. Rutgers number 12. Gabby Provenzano tries to kick the ball deep. However, that ball goes up into the stands and bounces right back in.
Yeah, got to look out. Keep your eyes up. No netting in front of those stands, and in this cold atmosphere, those balls hurt a lot if they get you in the skin.
Absolutely, Alex. The throw-in from Jade Rivera from Michigan is up to Meredith Hawkinson. Hawkinson pushing up towards the goal. That ball, Hannah Blake swings it over. However, it's cleared out by Tierney Wolfshire for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Michigan with their first real, what looked like could have been a scoring opportunity here. Looking for a throw-in. This is Jade Rivera throwing it deep in. That ball goes right over to number 20, Nikki Hernandez. However, after a little scuffle, Rutgers takes possession of the ball. Sydney Shepard pushing up from the defensive end, trying to take the ball back away. However, Rutgers does retain control. Allison Lynch for Rutgers in control of the ball now. She swings that up the far sideline. Ball's cleared deep. However, it's going to go right to Michigan Sydney Shepard. She's going to miss the header attempt. However, that ball's going to roll safely over to Hillary Beal, number 1, the goalkeeper for Michigan.
Well, and that's really the first time we've even seen the ball in the Michigan defensive half of the pitch so far.
Very true, Alex. There's been 5 minutes of play so far in this game. No shots on goal yet for either team. This is number 2, Jade Rivera with the ball for Michigan. Rivera swings it up to Hawkinson. Hawkinson with 2 defenders on her. Swings it back to Shepard. Shepard kicks it up the far sideline. The ball's close, almost goes out of bounds. However, finally does go out of bounds off number 7, Meredith Hawkinson. This is going to be number 13 for Rutgers, Wiltshire with the throw-in. Throws into some traffic here. However, Rutgers does contain control. Wiltshire bringing the ball back, calming down here. This ball is kicked back to the goalkeeper, Megan McClelland, sorry. That ball does go out of bounds, though. It's going to be Michigan ball with a throw-in on the far sideline.
You can see that they're just pinching those sidelines, forcing turnovers by Rutgers, getting those throw-ins. Haven't really had any good scoring chances yet, but keeping it in the offensive half is a good way to start in terms of establishing a consistent attack.
Absolutely. Neither team has really kept the ball in the middle of the field much, rather either. The sidelines have been a heavy source of play here so far. This is Jade Rivera working one-on-one with the defender. Passes over to Meredith Hawkinson. Hawkinson making one defender miss. Swinging it back to Loftman. Loftman weighing her options, however decides to pass it back to number 21, Sydney Shepard, who kicks it right back into the Rutgers territory. Michigan passing the ball back and forth here. Can't really find too many options. Looking for a scoring opportunity. That pass from Aaliyah Martin, looking for the far sideline for Janice Joyner. However, that ball goes just out of her reach. That's going to be another Rutgers throw-in on this far sideline.
I just misjudged it a little bit, but you right there, you see the throw-in from Rutgers taken away immediately by Michigan. That's just kind of been the story so far. Any ball from Rutgers, even trying to constitute an attack, has just been vacuumed up as soon as they just try to move at all. Swarming Michigan defense right now.
Absolutely. This is Martin passing over to Shepard. Shepard coming up. No Rutgers defenders near with a deep kick right towards Hannah Blake. However, that ball is taken away by Rutgers. This ball going deep towards the Michigan corner. However, Martin rushes right over there, kicks the ball out of bounds, taking away any real scoring opportunity for Rutgers there on a fast break. This is going to be Rutgers throwing, though, however, deep in Michigan territory.
Well, that's just a smart play. You got the ball rolling down the sideline, one-on-one race to it. No need to try and possess and turn around and risk a turnover in, deep in your own territory. Just clear it out of bounds and then set up the defense on the throw-in.
Absolutely. This is Wiltshire for Rutgers with the throw-in here. Weighing her options, elects for the short throw-in towards number 44, Brittany LaPlante. This ball's still in Michigan territory. You can hear some cheers from the Michigan fan. This is number 16 with a shot on goal. That was number 16, Julia Aronov for Rutgers with the first shot on goal of the game. However, that ball swallowed up by Hillary Beal, taking control of that one.
Yeah, pretty easy save, but Rutgers gets the first shot on goal and wasn't really sure that was going to happen, but at least a decent chance created off a throw-in.
Seemed like some miscommunication by the Michigan defense. Nobody really knew what was going on there. This is Janice Joyner on the far side with the ball pushing up, looking to make one defender miss, however can't get the ball past. That is Allison Lynch on the defense right there. Joyner again looking for the throw-in. This is over to Hannah Blake. Blake with a through ball up, however it's taken right away by Rutgers. Rutgers kicks that ball deep out, however Joyner's right there for Michigan. Retains control of the ball. This is Sydney Shepard pushing up the near sideline. Shepard swings it over to Revere. Revere making one defender miss through the legs of another defender up to Riley Loftman. Loftman over to Strategakis, looking to make something happen. Through ball, however, that ball just out of the reach of Meredith Hawkinson. Into the clutches of Megan McClellan, the Rutgers goalkeeper.
Yeah, some really nice passing there and ball control. And Rutgers defense not too aggressive, but definitely just in good solid positioning and eventually waiting for the threat to abate.
Absolutely. This is Rutgers pushing the ball up the near sideline. However, Rivera comes up on some defensive action and kicks that ball out of bounds to slow down Rutgers' flow. This is again Wiltshire with the throw-in. There's been a bunch from her so far. Rivera with the head off the throw-in deep towards Rutgers' goal. However, that ball's kicked out. Michigan defense being active, though. This ball is taken away by Riley Loftman. Loftman over to the near sideline. That ball's bumped over by Brooke Seeley. Seeley over to Joyner. Joyner, however, her shot is blocked right there. That ball is going to go out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in. It's going to be number 4, Leah Martin. Martin throwing it in to Joyner. Joyner's pass attempt immediately kicked out of bounds by Wiltshire there. Here's the throw-in again from Joyner. Joyner taking her time, weighing her options. Some physical play by both teams here. Some scuffles on the field so far. This ball taken away by Rutgers. Another steal by Michigan, though. This is Loftman over to Meredith Hawkinson. Hawkinson tries to push the ball up the far sideline. However, that ball is defended and kicked right out of bounds. Throws the ball in quick, though, to Revere.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if Hawkinson was even trying to push it down the field. She was just tipping it off the Rutgers defender to get that easy throw in and set up the attack down the right sideline.
Absolutely. 10 minutes gone here in the first. No score on the board yet. This is Jade Revere working one-on-one with the defender, trying to make her miss. However, she's played tight by number 44, Brittany LaPlante for Rutgers. This is Sydney Shepard with the ball right now over to Riley Loftman. Back to Shepard. Shepard kicking the ball deep towards the goal. Ball's handled. Passed back to Hawkinson. Hawkinson with some fancy footwork, trying to make some defenders miss. However, decides best train of action is to kick the ball back towards the Michigan defenders. This is Shepard over to Martin. Martin pushing the ball up now. Her pass intended for the middle, however, that's taken away by Shea Holland, number 71 for Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Rutgers now on sort of a fast break, however, too many Michigan defenders there to handle it. Michigan's just going to casually kick this ball back to Hillary Beal and reset here. Beal kicks the ball out of goal over to Sydney Shepard. Shepard pushing up to Loftman. Loftman back to Shepard. Shepard with the ball through over to Strategakis. Strategakis 1-on-2 now. Swinging the ball over to the middle. Ball back to Loftman. Loftman over to the far sidelines towards Joyner. However, her pass intended for number 20 rather, Nikki Hernandez, goes too far, and that's going to go out of bounds for another goal kick from Megan McClellan.
You can really feel Michigan. They're not pressing right now, only about 10 minutes plus into this game, just waiting, seeing where they can find holes in the Rutgers defense.
Yep, absolutely. This is going to be a goal kick from Megan McClellan coming out here. Weighing her options, looking for an offensive player to pass to. Winding up, she's going to elect for a deep line drive kick towards midfield. That ball right to number 15, Neka Monim. Monim's pass taken away, though. This is going to be off a Michigan defender. It's going to be off at number 4, Aaliyah Martin. It's going to be another Rutgers throw-in. Rutgers with many throw-ins here in the first half. Like I said, a lot of sloppy play so far on the sidelines by both teams. That throw-in taken away by Michigan. This is Strategakis with the ball. Strategakis over to Loftman. Loftman up the field to Meredith Hawkinson. Hawkinson taking her time, moving the ball away from the goal. However, now swings around. Again, looking for something to make something happen. Over to Loftman. Loftman passes up to Hawkinson. Hawkinson around one defender. Her pass intended for Hannah Blake. However, that ball goes too far out of bounds. Looks like it's going to be a Rutgers throw-in. However, note that ball was tipped, and it's going to be Jade Rivera over there to throw the ball in for your Michigan Wolverines. Rivera taking her time walking down that sideline. 32 minutes left to play here in the first half. Still scoreless here in Ann Arbor. Rivera weighing her options here with the throw-in. Looking for a target. There she is, over to Hannah Blake. Blake back to Rivera. However, that ball's kicked right out of bounds by number 44, Brittany LaPlante. This is going to be another Michigan throw-in here. Ball goes up and into the stands. Here's Rivera with a throw-in, deep arcing towards the goal. That ball headed by Strategakis back towards the goal. However, Rutgers defenders right there to get the ball out of the goal box. That ball taken away by Shepard. Shepard leaves it there. However, when we had a call back deep, it's going to end up being a Rutgers goal kick for Megan McClellan. McClellan passes it right over and right up the field. This is going to be number 5, Taylor Almer. Rutgers on the far side of the field with the ball, pushing it up. That ball is going to go out of bounds. Going to be a Rutgers throw-in for Allison Lynch. Lynch with the throw-in here. That ball's taken right away by Michigan. Ball's been in the air now for a while. Some physical play here. That ball stays in bounds. Rutgers on the far sideline pushing up towards the goal. We have our first whistle of the game. It's going to be a foul called on Rutgers. This is going to lead to a free kick from Aaliyah Martin, number 4, for your Michigan Wolverines. Martin with a quick kick on the ground over to Hannah Blake. Blake swings it back to Martin. Martin towards this near sideline over to Sydney Shepard. Shepard pushing up. Shepard to Rivera. Rivera with a one-on-one with the defender here. Blows by her. Blows by another defender pushing up. That ball through to Meredith Hawkinson. Hawkinson with a one-on-one. 2 defenders swimming her now. That ball's kicked out of bounds though by number 12, Gabby Provenzano for Rutgers. Provenzano did a nice shot there, coming over and stopping Michigan's momentum, as Hawkinson did have a nice path towards the goal.
Yeah, I saw really good athleticism right there. Going through the middle and up the sideline. Good passing, good speed.
Rivera with a throw in here, swings it over to Shepard. Shepard over to Martin, and Martin over to the far side towards Janice Joyner. Joyner back towards Hannah Blake. Hannah Blake bringing the ball over the middle of the field now. Back over to Shepard. Michigan's entire team, besides the goalkeeper, is in this half of the field right now. This is Riley Loftman. Some congested defense going on here. A lot of bodies in a small area. This is Rivera with a deep kick towards the goal box, trying to make something happen there. However, no dice on that one. This ball is getting pushed up the near sideline by number 44, Brittany LaPlante. However, that ball is going to go out of bounds off Michigan's number 7, Meredith Hawkinson. Wiltshire with another throw-in on this near sideline right in front of the booth. She keeps that ball on the ground over to Amira Ali. Ali swings it back, and then that ball is passed all the way over to the far sideline. Rutgers now with a sort of fast break on that far sideline. However, nice defensive slide play by number 20, Nikki Hernandez, to cut that momentum and stop Rutgers in their tracks. This is going to be another Rutgers throwing on this far sideline right by midfield. Rutgers, they're throwing, a little batted around, some quick passes. However, it's taken away by Janice Joyner. We got another whistle here. It's going to be a call on Rutgers, looks like, and another Michigan free kick here from beyond midfield.
Now about 16 minutes or 17 minutes into this game, and still only one shot on goal between these two teams. I mean, really everything kind of in the middle between the goal boxes, but still a ton of time. And Michigan, one of the higher scoring teams in the conference, plenty of time to strike.
Absolutely. This is Shepard swinging the ball over to Rivera. Rivera with a quick pass up over to Stratigakis. Stratigakis swings it over to Hawkinson. Hawkinson through to the corner over towards Hannah Blake. Blake tripped up, though. That ball is no call yet. Blake looking for a call towards the referee. However, none. Still going to be a Michigan, looks like corner kick, though. Riley Loftman going towards the corner here now. Loftman setting up the first corner kick of this game. Both teams crowding that goal box now. Here's Loftman. She keeps it short and on the ground over to Hawkinson. Hawkinson swings it back to Loftman. Loftman now lofting it towards the goal. There's a shot on goal.
Yeah, I think there's concern about a potential handball there by the Rutgers defender. Is that really nice strike?
Yep, Hannah Blake with the shot attempt there. Wanted the handball call. However, no call there. This ball is going to stay in Michigan's half of the field, though, after some scuffle and the ball is kicked out of bounds. Martin on the far sideline looking for the throw in here. However, she does set it down along Janice Joyner to come over and throw in. We've seen most of the throw-ins from the far side coming from Joyner so far in this game. Joyner with a toss into some traffic. That ball's taken away by number 16, Neka Monim for Rutgers. Monim passes it over. Rutgers swinging the ball with some nice ball movement here. That ball's kicked back over towards Megan McClellan, the goalkeeper. She lets that ball go by. Hawkinson with some pressure now. McClellan kicks that ball very high in the air over towards LaPlante. LaPlante swinging towards the sideline for Wiltshire. However, that ball goes too far out of bounds. That's going to be a Michigan throw-in. This is going to be number 2, Jade Rivera on the near sideline. Looking for her throw-in here. Rivera's been part of numerous throw-ins so far. This one deep and lofting. Looking for Stratigakis. Stratigakis makes one miss with a nice bicycle kick. However, that ball's headed out and she's knocked down.
Yeah, that was a really nice play for not a whole lot. Just kind of flipped it behind herself there into the box, but nobody there to pick it up.
Yep, absolutely. You got another whistle here. Looks like it's going to be another Rutgers throw-in on this near sideline. Or sorry, a Rutgers free kick rather. This is number 5, Taylor Aylmer. Here's Aylmer with the free kick here. Line drive kick. However, that ball's going to go right to Jade Rivera. Rivera kicks that one away to Hawkinson. Hawkinson looking to push it up the middle. Got some cheers from the crowd here. Hannah Blake makes one miss with a ball through. This is intended for Stratigakis. However, number 20, Amanda Visco, too fast there, runs past Blake and is able to kick that ball out of bounds to cut Michigan's momentum right there.
Yeah, it's a really nice through ball, but just the tiniest bit out in front of the Michigan striker, and Visco able to come over and push it out of bounds. Michigan is throwing in the offensive zone.
Absolutely. Visco showing off the speed there. This is Loftman swinging the ball back to Martin. Martin now back to Loftman. Michigan looking to make another scoring opportunity happen here. This is Hannah Blake. Her pass deflected away by Shea Holland. This ball is swinging back towards the Rutgers goal. However, Rutgers clears that ball out. This ball getting pushed up the middle of the field. This is Gabby Provenzano. Provenzano's pass over towards the near sideline for Wiltshire. Wiltshire kicks that ball back. This ball passed over to the far sidelines. Rutgers really hasn't made any forward progress here, just a lot of horizontal passing back and forth. Michigan's defenders looking lackadaisical here, not really pushing up too much. This ball going towards midfield now. More Michigan defenders rushing towards. This ball over to Elmer. Elmer over towards the near sideline to Wiltshire. Wiltshire up the field now. A nice little fake there by Britley LaPlante. However, that ball is taken away by Michigan's number 2, Jade Rivera. Rivera looking up the sideline, pass intended for Hawkinson. However, it's going to go off a Rutgers defender. Rivera here for another throw-in for Michigan. 20 minutes gone here in the first half. Both teams with one shot on goal. However, both teams are scoreless here in Ann Arbor. This one, a deep throw-in, goes over the head of Hannah Blake. That ball is going to be kicked back towards Megan McClelland, the Rutgers goalkeeper. McClelland passes it up to number 8 or to number 20, Amanda Visco. Visco up the sideline now. That ball just out of the reach of a Rutgers player. This ball is going to be taken away by Michigan. Leah Martin pushing it up now. Martin looking for Stratigakis. Stratigakis looking for some room. However, that ball's taken right away again by Visco. Michigan player getting bumped down there. Rutgers, again, taking their foot off the gas a little bit, taking their time, weighing their options here. Finally swinging towards the near sideline. This is Wiltshire. Wiltshire looks to pass the ball back. However, Hannah Blake right there on the defense. Finally getting aggressive here for Michigan. This is going to be Wiltshire with the throw in here on their half. This ball over towards Brittany LaPlante. LaPlante passes it over towards the middle to Shea Holland. Holland passes over to the far sideline. Again, Rutgers settling back into this horizontal passing scheme here. That ball quick tried up the sideline, however, out of the reach of that defender is going to be Nikki Hernandez with the throw-in. Here we go here. Rutgers now moving the ball back towards their own goal, taking their time here. This is Hernandez on the defense. Hernandez takes the ball away here. Hannah Blake now in control of the ball. A little confusion there from both teams, wondering where the ball is in the scuffle. Rutgers now looking to push the ball up. However, Loftman takes that pass away intended for LaPlante. And this is going to be Michigan's first possession in a couple minutes here. This is Loftman swinging the ball over to Stratigakis. Brooke Seeley with the pass over to Janice Joyner. Joyner pushing now, makes one defender miss. That ball towards the middle, however, taken away by Shea Holland. This ball back over to Brooke Seeley. Seeley with a deep shot, however, it's going to go right into the hands of Megan McClelland.
Yeah, it's a good diagonal pass, and they're looking for a header from the Michigan attackers and just didn't connect a little too far out in front. McClelland was able to easily wall that one off, with Michigan continuing to have pretty extended pressure.
Absolutely. This is McClelland's goal kick here. However, too deep for her own defender, but off the head of Raleigh Loftman. That pass intended for Brittany LaPlante. However, Rutgers is going to contain control here. This is Wiltshire on the near sideline, right in front of Michigan's bench, looking for the throw-in. She is weighing her options. Brooke Seeley, Meredith Hawkinson, and Hannah Blake all right on top of the Rutgers offensive players with some nice defense here. Hawkinson able to take away that throw-in. Some scuffling on the near sideline. Number 8, Sarah Stratigakis knocked down. However, she had what looked like some momentum, except taken out when she got knocked down. This ball taken away by Nikki Hernandez. Hernandez pushing up with a shot on goal. Hits just on the side of the net. Nice scoring opportunity for Michigan there. That is their second shot attempt of the day.
Yeah, that's just a sloppy turnover by Rutgers and a decent look, just from a bad angle. Shot goes wide, but you can see with some of these turnovers by Rutgers, Michigan's extended pressure and extended offensive zone time is starting to get to them a little bit.
Absolutely. 20 minutes left to play here in this first half action on this cool night in Ann Arbor. Michigan versus Rutgers. They were just joining us. Both teams here still scoreless. Michigan, however, leads 2-1 over Rutgers. This is a deep goal kick from Megan McClelland just over half field. However, that ball is batted back towards their own goal. Rutgers still in control of the ball now. Passing it up. Two players get knocked down. That ball is going to go off the head of Aaliyah Martin. Martin looking a little shaken up in that play, a little slow to get up. Some good sportsmanship there. However, she looks like she's going to be all right. She's a little shaken up on that one. Here we go. We have Brooke Seeley, number 6 for Michigan, with the free kick. She keeps that one on the ground, looking for Hannah Blake. That ball just over the just out of the reach of Blake. However, Rutgers immediately gives the ball back over. This is Loftman heading towards the goal. Can't
really
get that
tackle.
one through, though.
But then you see Michigan, even turned away initially, they'll still get an offensive throw-in.
Yep,
Bring
absolutely.
the midfielders up and get right back on the attack.
This is Janice Joyner again with another throw-in attempt here. She throws the ball in. However, that ball is taken right away by Rutgers. Taylor Elmer right there to take that one away. This ball kicked back over to Megan McClelland. McClelland getting the ball out of there. However, too many Michigan defenders there. Michigan takes that ball right back away. Janice Joyner making one defender fall. She's pushing up the near sideline. 2-on-1 opportunity. Crosses back takes the foot off the gas a little bit. 3 defenders swarming her now. She passes into Hannah Blake. Hannah Blake over to Stratigakis. Stratigakis with a shot on goal. Diving save, though, by Megan McClelland. Nice little string of events for Michigan with another shot on goal. Brings their tally up to 3 shots. Some nice offensive ball movement there.
Yeah, you can see the great passing, setting that one up, and great shot attempt and a good save by McClellan. Keeps this game tied at 0.
Absolutely. Mira Ali pushing up on a kind of a one-on-everybody here fast break as Rutgers is just now coming back. Rutgers swinging the ball back now. They're now in control on Michigan's end. A little misdirection there, absolutely. And however, this ball is taken right back away by Shea Holland. Holland looking towards the middle. However, that ball is taken away by Riley Laufman. This ball, still nobody's really in control here. This is Wiltshire following that ball as it goes out of bounds. It's going to stay in control of Rutgers. Rutgers now in control. Wiltshire looking for another throw-in.
This is probably their most extended pressure of the day so far, and a great counter response to what had happened on the other end.
Hawkinson on the one-on-one defense right here. Number 5, Elmer passes way back, getting out of that pressure situation. Rutgers now in control of the ball, however, on their own half of the field. This ball is getting swung towards this near sideline. This is Gabby Provenzano pushing up now. Provenzano looking up. That ball, a little miscommunication there between her and Ali. That ball is going to right into the hands of Hillary Beal. Her first action in a while. It's been quiet on this defensive end for Michigan. Shepard now looking to make something happen. She passes the ball up towards midfield over to Meredith Hawkinson. Hawkinson passes back to Rivera, though. That pass intended for Sarah Stratigakis, however.
It went off the back of the Rutgers player right there.
That is going to stay Michigan ball.
It looked like it went off Moneme's back.
Yep, both teams a little confused there. However, this is going to be Michigan's ball still. Rivera looking for a throw in here. Rivera takes a crow hop, throws it deep down the field. This is towards Stratigakis. Little fight going on here. However, Hannah Blake takes that ball right away. It's going to go out of bounds, though. Rutgers ball. Wiltshire with another throw in. Heard that a lot tonight as the ball keeps going out of bounds. Laufman tries to kick the ball out of bounds off Brittany LaPlante. However, that ball stays inbounds over to Brooke Seeley. Seeley swinging it back to Martin. Michigan now taking their foot off the gas a little bit, calming down. Here comes Shepard. Shepard up to Laufman. Laufman right back to Shepard. Shepard a little frustrated with herself there. Looked for a crossover and kicks that ball right out of bounds, turning it over. No real pressure from Rutgers there at all.
Yeah, just a little lazy and accidental mistake, goes out of bounds, gives it over to Rutgers. But
yep, absolutely. Some nice defense there by Meredith Hawkinson, allowing Michigan to take control. Brooke Seeley trying to kick the ball out, however, kicks it way up in the air. Both teams fighting for it now. And finally, both players tripped up. Some oohs and ahs from the crowd. Some frustration from both players. However, this is going to be Nikki Hernandez taking control of the ball here. Hernandez passing it over. Well, taken away right away, but given right back. This is Laufman. Laufman with a through ball up to Jade Rivera. Rivera trying to show off her speed. However, Wiltshire for Rutgers is just going to take that ball and carry it right out of bounds.
Yeah, hard contact. And no whistle comes. Referee's just content to let these teams play on.
Absolutely. 31 minutes gone here in this first half. We got 14 minutes left to play in these two 45-minute halves. A little ball getting passed back and forth between both teams. Both teams playing nice defense here. Hannah Blake pushing up now. That ball kicked right to Laufman. Laufman over to Meredith Hawkinson. Off the turnover, looking to make something happen here. Hawkinson trying to get towards the baseline. However, that ball goes out of bounds. We're going to have a whistle here. We're going to have a substitution, our first of the game. This is number 33 for Rutgers, Emily Harrigan.
Yeah, Aronov off and Harrigan on.
Here we go for Rutgers. Rutgers now pushing the ball up the far sideline. That ball intended for Monine. Monine pushing up now with a 1-on-3. She crosses it over towards the middle, looking for Harrigan. However, that ball is cleared away beautifully by Sydney Shepard now. Michigan now with their own fast break attempt. Hawkinson pushing up. Hawkinson over to Stratigakis. Stratigakis over to Hannah Blake. Hannah Blake up to Nikki Hernandez with a shot on goal, however, taken right away. Oh, two saves back-to-back by Megan McClellan. She slid up on the Nikki Hernandez first shot attempt. That ball got kicked away and popped back up in the air. Rolling towards the goal again, she turned around, dove, and saved that one.
Well, that's just about how hectic soccer can be sometimes. You get a nice run by Rutgers down the right sideline, across into the box. Michigan pushes it away, and the midfielders for Rutgers come all the way up. And so Michigan was able to use their own speed, and Stratigakis up the middle. Nice through ball in and an opportunity for Hernandez, and two good saves by McClellan keeps this game scoreless. But again, you're starting to see a little bit more lively pace, more opportunities for both sides, and more shots.
Absolutely. Rutgers now in control of the ball after that exciting string of events for both teams. They're in control now, pushing up the far sideline. Visco looking to get the ball through, however, turns the ball right over to Michigan's number 4, Aaliyah Martin. Martin up the sideline now. Over. That ball intended for Brooke Seeley.
Yeah, hard contact from behind.
Absolutely. That contact leads to a whistle. It's going to be Seeley now with the free kick just over midfield. She's weighing her options here. Winding up, taking her ready steps. Both teams kind of stationary right now, waiting for this kick from Seeley. Seeley kick towards the goal box. That one towards Stratigakis, however, just off the head of a Rutgers defender. Ball's not going to quite go out of bounds. The ball's cleaned up by Megan McClellan. McClellan picks the ball up now, running towards the front of the goal box, weighing her options. Hannah Blake and Meredith Hawkinson closest to the Rutgers goal box here, playing some defense. McClellan now puts the ball down and is dribbling up. That ball, arching kick just over midfield. It's going to go off the head of Jade Rivera, though. Emily Harrigan there, also for Rutgers. This is Wiltshire now, looking for the throw in here. Keeps the ball quick and on the ground over to LaPlante. LaPlante's pass, however, taken away by Hawkinson. Hawkinson tries to swing it up to Hannah Blake, but that one is taken away as well. Shea Holland now in control of the ball. She swings it over to the far sideline. Rutgers now pushing up with some momentum here. Up that far sideline, Allison Lynch, her pass too far. That ball is going to go out of bounds. It's going to be a Michigan goal kick here from Hillary Beal. Another exciting string of events there, folks, as we get our first Michigan sub of the game. This is going to be number 14, Danielle Wolf, coming in for Hannah Blake, Michigan's first rotation of the game.
Interesting thing so far, we've played about 35 minutes, and interestingly enough, still no corner kicks in this game so far.
Yeah, I think we had one on this near Michigan sideline, but yeah, that is right, Alex. No, severe lack so far, and only 2 substitutions for both teams. Some physical play over on that far sideline right near midfield. However, ball's finally taken away by Brooke Seeley. Seeley swinging it over to Martin now. Martin pushing up, a little gap through some defenders, and passes the ball over to Denise Joyner. Joyner swinging the ball up the sideline. It's going to be number 14 for Michigan, the intended target, Danielle Wolf, the new substitution. She's tripped up, though. Going to be a Michigan free kick here. This is Raleigh Laufman. Laufman taking her time here. Both teams settling back towards the goal box for the expected shot. Here is Laufman. Laufman with a slow lofting kick towards goal. That ball is going to go off the head of Stratigakis. Tried to get that one aimed towards the goal, however couldn't. This is going to be Megan McClellan again, the Rutgers goalkeeper, with another goal kick. Just under 10 minutes to go here in this first half. Both teams still scoreless. However, Michigan does lead the shot total battle 4-1. This is Rutgers on this near sideline now, passing a little triangle game here. Ball kicked back over towards Megan McClellan. McClellan with a reset here, swinging over to the far sideline. Rutgers taking their time. Both teams a little stationary right now, looking a little tired towards the end of this first half. That pass for Rutgers intended for Brittany LaPlante. However, it's going to be taken away by Michigan. Laufman in control of the ball now. Laufman swinging it back to Martin. Martin swinging it towards this near side over to Sydney Shepard. Shepard struggling to keep the ball in her control for a minute. However, eventually does get it back. This is Jade Rivera pushing up. Rivera towards the middle for Stratigakis. Stratigakis looking up for Danielle Wolf. Wolf can't quite get there. That ball is going to be cleared out by Megan McClelland. Another Michigan scoring attempt there, however, McClelland able to clean that ball up. Michigan still in control of the ball now here with 8:30 left to go. This is Loftman passing up the near sideline over for Rivera. Rivera makes one defender miss with a nice move. She passes up to Meredith Hawkinson, who gets the ball taken away from her after some nice defense there by Wiltshire. This ball passed up. That ball intended for Gabby Provenzano. However, that ball is going to go into the stands after a little kick right there. Looks like it's going to stay Michigan ball. There's going to be Jade Rivera on a throw-in on this near sideline. Fans in the stands have had to watch out, keep their heads on a swivel so far. 3 or 4 balls have gone into the stands here on this near side. Rivera with the deep lofting throw-in intended for Danielle Wolf, however, headed right out of bounds by the Rutgers defender. Going to be another quick throw-in for Michigan here. Rivera winding up here, looking for a potential Michigan scoring opportunity. She keeps that ball low and towards the ground with a quick pass over towards Loftman. Loftman swinging the ball back towards the center circle over to Leah Martin. Martin over to the far sideline to Janice Joyner. Joyner with some moves, however, that ball's taken away by the Rutgers defender. Rutgers now, that ball over towards Shea Holland. Holland over to the near sideline, over for Emily Harrigan, the new substitution. Harrigan, her pass is kicked back. This ball still in Rutgers control. Ball finally kicked back over towards Megan McClellan. McClellan towards the near sideline. Michigan defenders now pushing up all over. This is Wiltshire advancing the ball more towards midfield, defended by Meredith Hawkinson. Blows by Hawkinson. However, her pass intended for Harrigan is going to go right to Michigan's Jade Rivera. And Rivera swings it over to Hillary Beal, who's going to kick that ball. Looked like she was trying to go out of bounds with it. However, the ball's kept in play.
Yeah, you can really feel Michigan continuing to pressure and use their speed, being relentless on the attacks. Any ball coming in on McClellan and goal, Michigan is challenging everything right now.
Absolutely. Strategakis with a 1-on-4. Her shot goes just wide after the diving save attempt by Megan McClellan. Here's some cheers from the Michigan stands.
And it's going to be a corner kick. I think it went off Rutgers defender's foot perhaps on the shot and directing it wide of the goal.
Yep, here you go, Alex. We only have the second of the game here. There's going to be Loftman in this near corner. Michigan settling on the far back side, far back corner of the goal box. Loftman looking, scheming a little bit here. Here comes the kick. Deep, booming high. That ball is headed towards the goal by Danielle Wolf. However, Wolf can't control it. Loftman tries to kick the ball out of bounds, however, kept in bounds by the Rutgers defender. Danielle Wolf in control of the ball now. Wolf with a center over towards the middle. Ball's kept in Michigan control. Nikki Hernandez with a shot. However, that's going to go off a off a Rutgers defender rather.
Yep, another corner kick.
Defense there supplied by Brittany LaPlante, forcing Hernandez's shot wide. However, it's going to be another corner kick. Loftman again in this near corner.
Well, down to the final 5 minutes of the first half. This is a huge opportunity for Michigan to score and get some momentum into halftime.
Absolutely. Loftman winding up here. We have, here's the shot. Sarah Strategakis was coming in for some help here. Danielle Wolf trying for a shot here. That ball's going to go over the back wall and out of bounds. We have another substitution coming in here for Rutgers. We got number 49, Dana Goldstein, coming in for, looks like, going to be Emily Harrington. Rutgers here now in control of the ball with just under 4 minutes to go, or sorry, just over 4 minutes to go rather. Pushing the ball up that near sideline. However, ball's taken right out of bounds by Nikki Hernandez. Hernandez with a shot just a minute ago. Here is Rutgers with another throw in here. 4 minutes and 10 seconds left to play here in the first half as Michigan takes control. Martin with the ball right near midfield on the far sideline. She's swinging it up, looking for Strategakis. Strategakis now dishes the ball over to Hernandez. Strategakis shaken up there, taken to the ground, however.
Yeah, it looked like she got whacked in the shins from behind.
Yeah, it looked like it. She hits the ground pretty hard there. Janice Joyner taking the throw in here for Michigan. Her throw-in kept on the ground, intended for Nikki Hernandez, however, it's taken away by Rutgers. Rutgers now pushing the ball up the field. This is Shea Holland now pushing up. Holland swings over to Ali. Oh, he defended tightly by Janice Joyner. Ball, Rutgers swinging it back towards Megan McClellan, the goalkeeper. McClellan looking to clear it out with a deep booming kick towards midfield. Kept in control by Rutgers. Some tight defense here by both teams. Janice Joyner looking to take the ball away. However, that ball is going to go off her foot and remain in Rutgers' control. Rutgers now surrounded by 5 Michigan defenders, it seems, at any time. This ball over towards the middle of the field, taken away by Meredith Hawkinson. Hawkinson over to Brooke Seeley. Seeley back to Hawkinson. Hawkinson pushing up, however, she's taken to the ground. That ball taken away. However, Rutgers hands the ball right back over. Sydney Shepard with a steal there. She's now in control of the ball, pushing up. She swings it over to Laufman. Laufman back to Martin. 2 minutes and 30 seconds here left to play in the first half. Both teams looking to get a number up before halftime. Strategakis covered tightly by Shea Holland. Holland forces the turnover there. It's going to be Rutgers now pushing the ball up the field.
Now Michigan's controlled it for so long. Rutgers going to try to get one more push before the end of the half. About 2 minutes to go.
And here it is. Taylor Elmer pushing the ball up with a fast break opportunity. Shot on goal. Diving save by Hillary Beal. Nice save there. That ball is going to be cleared right out of bounds by Jay DeVere. Deep shot by Elmer. However, a nice diving save by Hillary Beal, able to keep that one scoreless here.
Only the second shot of the game for Rutgers. Beal hasn't been asked to do a whole lot, but she came up big there.
Absolutely. Just under 2 minutes left to play here. Rutgers still in control of the ball in Michigan territory. This is Elmer again looking for another shot, however defended by Laufman and Martin. Nikki Hernandez now pushing the ball up, looking to get this ball out of Michigan territory, get out of this dangerous situation. However, Rutgers right there to take it away. This is Shea Holland. This ball, another shot, or another pass towards the goal. Shot on goal! That is going to be a goal for Rutgers.
Yeah, and talk about a flip in momentum. Michigan pressing so hard there at the end of the half and then get a little tired. Rutgers seizes the momentum and they take advantage. Only their third shot, but they put it in the back of the net and now
absolutely
a 1-0 lead.
That was number 15, Neka Moname for Rutgers, able to capitalize there on some miscommunication and nice passing by Rutgers. They're going to jump up with a 1-0 lead with just under a minute 30 left here to play in the first half. Michigan fans obviously unhappy. Michigan players themselves obviously a little frustrated too. This is Danielle Wolf taking the kickoff. She swings it over to Shepard. Shepard towards the far sideline, over toward Janice Joyner.
Well, and another quirk of college soccer being that the clock completely stops after goals, stopping at 1:28 right there, as opposed to the continuously running clock of most professional soccer leagues.
Absolutely. This ball kicked towards the near sideline. Jay DeVere with some nice footwork, making 3 defenders miss. Hawkinson with a pass towards the goal. However, headed away, but this is still ball in control of Michigan. This is Sydney Shepard now with the ball towards midfield. Some physical play by both teams, some pushing and shoving. We got a whistle. This is Amira Ali hitting the ground now after some physical contact there from Janice Joyner.
Yep, now, yeah, looks like an injury of some kind, and they wave off the trainer for now.
Looks a little shaken up. However, she looks like she's going to try and play through it here with the final 41 seconds of this first half winding down. It's going to be Rutgers' ball. And it's going to be Megan McClellan with a goal kick here, real near to midfield.
Now 41 seconds remaining. There is still an opportunity to try and make something happen.
Rutgers at one point trailed the shot total 7-1. However, it's now 7-4, and they have converted on one of their 4 shots. This ball taken away by Meredith Hawkinson for Michigan. Hawkinson kicking the ball over to the far sideline, looking for Janice Joyner. However, Rutgers with a spark of life here after that goal, been more active on defense, taking that ball right away. Under 20 seconds left here to play in this first half. Janice Joyner looking to throw the ball in here on the far sideline for Michigan. That throw-in taken right out of bounds by Rutgers. Under 10 seconds left here to play. This first half is going to be winding down here. This is Nikki Hernandez trying to make a last-second attempt. The shot towards goal. However, Michigan can't convert there. At the end of the first half, folks, Rutgers leads 1-0 with that goal late here in the first half. Alex, what did you see here in the first half?
Yeah, well, just a pretty tough tough change of luck there. I mean, Michigan, I think, has to walk away from the first half thinking that they were the better side, but at the end of the day, they don't lead, and they're going to have work to do in the second half. They outshot Rutgers and controlled possession for well over a majority of that half, but they got a little sloppy at the end, got a little tired, and Rutgers seized an opening, and they converted, and that's the difference right now.
Absolutely here. Michigan feeling they probably dominated this first half, however, that is not shown on the scoreboard.
Yep, work to do in the second. We will be back with the second half in about 12 minutes.
Do I need to press on here?
No. Welcome back now to the soccer complex here in Ann Arbor, Michigan for the second half of Michigan versus Rutgers women's soccer. Score is 1-0 Rutgers after the first half. I'm Alex Strain, joined here by Jared Greenspan, and take it away.
Yeah, so Rutgers is able to jump on Michigan late in the first half. Nika Monema scoring a goal for Rutgers in the 44th minute. It was the first half that saw Michigan really dominate the game in the offensive end. 57% possession for the Wolverines compared to 43% for the Scarlet Knights. Michigan out shooting Rutgers 7-4 and getting 3 corners to Rutgers 0. So Alex, in this second half, what can Michigan do to convert?
Well, I think it's a lot of just the same. You know, you create opportunities and you just have to finish on them. They outshot Rutgers, they outpossessed Rutgers, all those kinds of things in that first half. They did pretty well, but at the end of the day, their finishing wasn't there, and Rutgers had far fewer chances, but they capitalized on the best one they got all half. And so for Michigan, it's doing a lot of what they did in the first half, but just being a little bit more precise. And this is a big game, and so there's a lot of urgency you got to think here in the second half.
It's 2 of the top teams in the Big Ten here with Rutgers and Michigan. The second half almost ready to get underway here. Michigan will surely rely on Sarah Strategakis and Nikki Hernandez. Strategakis with 2 shots, Hernandez with 3 in that first half. They're Michigan's 2 premier players on offense, and if Michigan is going to come back in this one, it'll likely rely on Hernandez and Strategakis to create in the attack. So Michigan and Rutgers each in their respective huddles. The Scarlet Knights breaking to take the field. It is 1-0 Rutgers here. Nika Monema scored a late goal in the first half, a real backbreaker for a Michigan team that played well.
Yeah, especially was tough because Michigan had just had a couple chances, really their best chances of the day, and Rutgers needed McClellan, the keeper, to make a couple huge saves, and she did. And you know, Michigan was already feeling a little dejected that they didn't convert on those, and then to have it flip just like that and give up a goal. Rutgers definitely entered the half with momentum. We'll see how both teams exit this half, how they show up on the pitch here in the second half.
Wolverines and Scarlet Knights each on the field now. Rutgers again up 1-0. A Thursday night game here between 2 of the top teams in the Big Ten Conference with the season winding down. Michigan is on a winning streak. Rutgers, however, is no slouch, and they're proving to be a bit of a pest so far for the Wolverines. Michigan breaks into formation here. Just waiting on Rutgers now before we can get things going here in the second half.
And Rutgers huddling up right now, taking a little while to break that huddle. And you can see the referee starting to walk over there and tell them to get going.
And here they go. They get the referee's message. Into the center circle is Amira Ali. Rutgers will start the half with possession. And here we go. Ali kicks it back for Rutgers. Controlled by Aylmer. On the far left side, it's Wilkshire. Wilkshire has it for Rutgers, and Rutgers will swing it back in the defense. Wilkshire pressured there by Michigan. Rutgers, and we have a call here.
Yeah, quick offsides.
Offsides. Daniel Wolf was up there, so was Hannah Blake for Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan, you can look at the chart here on our stats sheet. Michigan in the attacking direction, 46% of the time they were sort of in the midfield in the offensive half, 23% of the time really down in the goal box of the offensive half. I mean, they spent about 2/3 of the time in that territory, but were just unable to find those really grade A scoring chances.
It'll be Megan McClellan, the goalie, from the far left side of the box, who gives a booming kick inside. It's controlled by Ali. Lothman there for Michigan. Ali's able to kick it back out for Shea Holland. Now it's Visco along the right sideline, and another flag here might be
quick offsides.
Another
as well.
Offsides. So
Lions judges really into it right now.
2 quick offsides here in the second half. For Michigan, taking the kick will be Aaliyah Martin. Along this near sideline. Martin keeps it on the ground. It's Hannah Blake. Blake knifing into the Rutgers defense, gives to Nikki Hernandez, and it's stolen by Monema. Here goes Rutgers. Aronov takes it up the field. Hernandez pressures. Both go flying to the ground. And soaring in to take it back is Hannah Blake for Michigan.
Yeah, both players went down there. I don't think the pitch is slick or anything, but both were pretty quick to lose their footing right there.
Janice Joyner throws it in, now battling and into the middle of the field where Loftman is able to control. Has a defender right on her back. Loftman gives it back to Leah Martin along the left side, and Martin will control for Michigan, slowing things down, gives to Joyner along the left side. Ali pressures her, and it's out of bounds, and it'll be Rutgers' ball.
Just got tangled up right there.
The throw-in for Lynch. Lynch bounces it into Ali, but it's deflected. Good defensive play coming up to pressure by Aaliyah Martin. And Lynch will do this again. Lynch looking along the near sideline. A long throw-in, and it's headed by Hannah Blake. Trickles back out to Blake. The header by Martin, actually. Ali now has the ball for Rutgers. Swings it in the middle. It's Aylmer. Aylmer down to Ali, and it's knocked out by Cindy Shepard. Now Rutgers has it. Wilkshire battling with Michigan along the left side of the box. Gives inside to Aylmer. Loftman there battling for Michigan. Trying to clear is Hernandez. It trickles back out to Rutgers. Ali there. Loftman also. Aronov's got it. And Rutgers has possession. Aronov will look to reset. Gives it in the middle. Aylmer. She has it. Lobs it inside. Coming off her net to grab it is Hillary Beal. And she'll roll it out to the far right side for Jade Rivera. Rivera, burst of speed from Michigan, trying to push things and flip possession here. Gives it to Loftman in the center circle. Hernandez now along the left side. Calling forward and making a run is Janice Joyner. Has a bit of space, moving down the left flank. A sidestep move. Joyner pulls it back, and it's headed out by Rutgers after a brief kick into the box. Joyner still has possession, and she'll give back to Martin to reset back on left back. Martin will switch field. Cindy Shepard has it for Michigan in the center circle. Passes it down to Seal. Far right side now. Good move by Jade Rivera. Gives it to Sealy. Sealy looking to shoot. Pressured, though, by Shea Holland. Now Loftman with her right foot into the box. Deflected, and it's Rutgers will kick it away. Martin's got it now. And her kick strays out of bounds along the left side just ahead of Janice Joyner. And another opportunity Michigan can't convert.
Well, again, it's possession in the offensive end. Sooner or later, you're going to get some chances if you just can sustain that pressure. And Michigan setting things up pretty well, but they were a little sloppy in their own defensive end just a few minutes before that. So it's a matter of precision on both ends right now.
Danielle Wolf's got it. Now a turnover. Monamez got a break for Rutgers. It's a 2-on-4. Monamez, a long ball into the box. No pressure, further pressure by Rutgers, and an easy scoop up for Beal. Beal rolls it back out to Brooke Sealy. Sealy takes it up the middle of the field for Michigan. 5 minutes gone by here in the second half. On the far right side, it's Jade Rivera. Working on Brittany LaPlante. Rivera gets by them both. Feeds to Danielle Wolf on the right side. Pressured by Provenzano for Rutgers. Wolf has it in the corner, now double teamed. 2 defenders on her. And just gets rid of an easy ball into the box where it's picked up by McClelland on the right side. McClellan dribbles the ball out, trying to see what to do with it. Has it in her hands. Fakes the throw. Still looking, and now she'll kick it away. A punt for McClellan. Controlled by Shepard, knocked to Loftman in the center circle. Good play for Michigan. Rivera finds Cooper, and now Rutgers has the ball. Wilkshire takes it away. Wilkshire gives to Holland. Holland in the middle of the field. She'll look to cross. She's got Lynch. Lynch moving by herself on the right side. Now Hernandez gets to her. Lynch lobs it toward the box, and it's Martin who's able to knock it out. And a header by Sealy to try and get it out of there more. It goes to Shea Holland for Rutgers. Holland gives it back to Visco. Visco pressured by Wolf, and Michigan's got it. Nikki Hernandez up the left side, and she lobs it beautifully. Hannah Blake down the left sideline, and Blake's got possession. Blake with it for Michigan, and Shea Holland is there to thwart the attack, kicking it out of bounds. It'll be a Michigan throw-in.
That's a nice job by Holland to repel that attack, especially because they had Hernandez streaking back down the middle. If she could have just gotten it to the right foot there.
Joyner throws it looking for Wolf and headed out. A strong defensive play by Rutgers. That's Amanda Visco back there for the Scarlet Knights. Joyner will do it again a bit further up the left sideline. Bounces it in. Hannah Blake. Back out to Leah Martin. Martin with the left foot deep into the box. Just too strong for streaking Emma Cooper. And it goes out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for Rutgers. Good idea there by Hannah Blake. Just a bit too far out of Cooper on that right side of the box. So it'll be a goal kick for Rutgers. Michigan continuing the trend we saw in the first half, applying a lot of pressure, yet unable to score. When and will that opportunity come for the Wolverines?
Yeah, and right now, they continue to get some chances and sustain pressure, but just nothing going yet.
Booming goal kick here, controlled by Michigan. Seeley's got it now to Laufman. Laufman works left to right, finds Joyner, but it's intercepted. LaPlante's got a steal for Rutgers, and now Rutgers looking to push. LaPlante tries to find Ali, but sealed off nicely by Shepard. Shepard now works out to the right side, and she finds Rivera, but Rivera loses it. A Rutgers defender goes flying. Wilkshire has it for Rutgers. A turnover in Michigan territory.
Yeah, and Michigan right now just back on their heels a little bit, and that's what Rutgers did so well in the first half, is that when you had that pressure in the Rutgers defensive end, they were able to sort of flip the field and immediately strike when the Michigan midfielder's a little tired. Defense not really into the game as much. And here's another opportunity down the left sideline.
Shepard does a nice job sealing off LaPlante as that ball trickles out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick by Hillary Beal. So Rutgers with a bit of a counter attack there. Couldn't materialize a shot, but keeping Michigan on its toes defensively. Hillary Beal will take the goal kick from right in front of the center of her goal. Looking for an option.
This is where you slow it down and just try to set things up in a broad attack.
Beal kicking, looking for Hernandez. Couldn't be controlled, but it's Seeley who gets it. Now Laufman has Holland on her back. Laufman does a good job to get rid of it, finds Rivera along the right sideline. Slower for Michigan now. Emma Cooper back to Laufman. Pressured nicely by Rutgers for Julie Aronoff. Now some motion here for Michigan. Danielle Wolf with a burst of speed toward the middle of the field from the right side. Wolf into the box. It's Seeley. Seeley, will she unleash? And it's blocked. A shot by Monome that was able to deflect it. Seeley gets it back. Now Cooper. Cooper finds on the far sideline. It looks to be Hannah Blake. Blake, a bouncing cross. It's low. Michigan might have a chance here. The shot is blocked. Nearly a shot, a goal in the box for Michigan. Wolf couldn't get a clean foot on it. And McClelland in goal is able to secure the save. Nearly the chance Michigan has been looking for.
Yeah, it's a great cross into the box, and two attackers down there, only one defender, and then the keeper comes up, and really all four bodies kind of just run into each other, and just not quite enough space, but Michigan creating a great chance and almost there. And again, you look at the clock now, 35.5 minutes, plenty of time. Just have to find a way to continue to create those kinds of grade A scoring chances. This player is down and got a trainer coming out there. I haven't seen a number. Have you saw?
It looks like it might be Shea Holland, who was right in the middle of that scrum near the goal.
Yeah, and it looks like McClellan, the keeper, as well, adjusting the shin pads and socks right now, getting a little roughed up.
It was a low-lying cross that came in from the right side from Hannah Blake, bouncing into the box. And for Michigan, Danielle Wolf, the forward, tried to get a foot on it. Two defenders were there for Rutgers, one being Shea Holland, and the ball ultimately came to McClelland, who ran off her back line, was able to dive forward and get the ball. Holland is limping off very slowly here with the help from a Rutgers trainer.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a quick substitution. Pretty hobbled right now. Especially gingerly on the feet right now.
Holland gets a nice ovation from the faithful here at Michigan Soccer Stadium. A strong crowd on hand for a chilly Thursday night game.
Yeah, some of these midweek games you don't always get the best crowds, but we had a nice, I think they said it was a 12-year-old game during the halftime, so a lot of families here.
In for the ailing Holland will be Nicole Blinkley, the sophomore out of Burlington, New Jersey, and losing Holland is a tough loss for the Rutgers defense. Some more subs as well. Emma Cooper and Nikki Hernandez take seats. In for the Wolverines, Meredith Hawkinson re-enters, and so does Shura Yeka. So Yeka making her first appearance in the game. Hawkinson was a large part of the offensive attack in the first half.
Yeah, and this is where you get tactical with the substitutions. What can Michigan dial up to try and get that big goal?
McClellan head with a big kick. Yeka gets right in the action with the header. Rutgers has it. Chasing the ball is Moname. Heads it up in the air. Joyner controls along this near sideline. Seeley back to Yeka. Now Seeley's got it. Give to Daniel Wolf. A pass to Yeka along the near side. Back to Wolf. Sealed off nicely by Rutgers. That's Nicole Binkley, who's just in the game. Yeka gives to Seeley. Michigan will perhaps look to switch the field here, moving to the far right side. It's Cindy Shepard who streaks up the middle. Finds Loftman back to Shepard along the right. Shepard finds Hawkinson. Hawkinson the pass along the right side. And making a move is Jade Rivera. Jade Rivera, a strong kick in the box. Wolf with the header. Couldn't quite get it on it. It trickles to the back. Blake. Now it's Janice Joyner. Back to Hannah Blake along the left side. The Wolverines still looking here. And a whistle. And it looks like we might have
an offside. Yeah, lines judge on the far side of the field. Quick to whistle that one, but again, you see Michigan now starting to use their speed down the edge. Crosses into the box. That's created the last 2 chances. That's the formula right now. But still 34 minutes to try and find that equalizer.
And again, it's Danielle Wolf who just could not get ahead on it, but Shuriaka making an immediate impact off the bench for Michigan. Heads another one here along the left sideline. It'll go out of bounds. Chased by Hannah Blake, but sealed off nicely by Allison Lynch for the Scarlet Knights. And it'll be Lynch to throw it in from the right side as the ref whistles. Dana Goldstein into the game for Julie Arnanoff for Rutgers.
Yeah, it's continuing to make some changes. Both sides switching up the lineups.
It's Wilkshire who makes a strong kick, looking for Ollie, but it's all the way into the Michigan end. Cleared nicely by Rivera, and now to Beal, who a high spiraling kick finds its way to Hawkinson along that far sideline. Wilkshire gets it back for Rutgers. Now it's Binkley for the Scarlet Knights, and her pass is intercepted by Shura Yeka. Yeka finds Hannah Blake, pushed a bit there by Alner for Rutgers. Michigan retains possession nonetheless. Blake gets it back from a pass from Seeley, and she'll pass over to Jade Rivera. Rivera up the right sideline to Hawkinson, back to Blake. Blake now finds Loftman. Michigan moving into the Rutgers half of the field. A good cross-field pass to Janice Joyner, who streaks up the left side. Monamet chases her. Joyner takes it back a bit. Now looks to launch it inside, but it's deflected. Rutgers will have it. Monamet with good defensive effort. She passes back, and now the pass forward, intercepted by Aaliyah Martin. Was looking for Ali. Joyner inside to Yeka. Back to Seeley for Michigan. The Wolverines trying to get on the board here, down 1-0. 13 minutes gone by in the second half. On the right side, it's a deep kick in the box by Rivera. Trickles in. Yeka couldn't quite get a foot on it. Lynch was there for the defense for Rutgers.
Well, there's that formula again. You get the run down the right side, and then across diagonally through the box. That one just a little too much mustard on it. Nobody can make any contact as it goes out the back line, and a goal kick upcoming.
And we've seen 3 strong crosses by the Wolverines this half, but when it gets in the box, no one is able to put a foot nor a head on it that is strong enough and well placed enough to get into the back of the net. A goal kick upcoming from McClelland up the near side, and Danielle Wolf jumping in with a strong header.
Well, and those headers, you know, if this temperature, close to 45 degrees, you get that hard ball, and those hurt.
Certainly a fearless play by Wolf.
And you could really hear the impact on the skull.
Lynch the throw in, trickles off the head of Ali to Aaliyah Martin, who controls in left back for Michigan, brings it over half field just now, and lobs the kick out of bounds. Not sure what Martin was intending to doing there. Another throw in for Rutgers, nearly a redo of the play we just had. It's Allison Lynch.
Still 1-0 Scarlet Knights on top, approaching 31.5.
Turnover here for Rutgers. Coming away with it is Hannah Blake. And yet sloppy passing leads to a breakaway here for Ali for Rutgers. It's a 1-on-4 breakaway. Ali wisely pulls it back, waits for her teammates to catch up, and she'll control, giving it back to Binkley for Rutgers. And then losing the ball is Taylor Almer. Good defensive play by Hannah Blake. Loftman comes up the other way for Michigan. Loftman lobs it inside for Hackinson. A quick pass out, looking for Danielle Wolf, but defended nicely by Rutgers. Now Shepard comes streaking in to grab the loose ball in the midfield. Gives it to Yeka up the left side as she goes flying to the ground. Hannah Blake's got it. Back to Seeley in the middle of the field. Michigan looking to capitalize. Loftman back to Seeley. A bit of a give and go. Seeley falls to the ground, still tries to play. And an error there for Michigan, and Rutgers comes away from the pack with the ball.
Yeah, second time this half we've seen players, and there's another one where players are just tripping up over their own feet right now. Not really sure what the problem is. There's no condensation, there's no rain, but the cleats just not feeling the turf right now.
It was Monema stumbling to the ground, giving Michigan chance here. Suriaka up the left side. She unleashes a cross to the near post, but it's a good save, gobbled up by McClelland as Danielle Wolf came streaking in a bit too late. The cross not well placed by Yeka. Michigan nonetheless keeping Rutgers active in the defensive end. Sooner or later they will have to capitalize, though, if they want to tie or win this game. The goal kick comes in, headed by Aaliyah Martin. Chasing after it is Shura Yecker, but it's Monema who retains possession for Rutgers. Lynch kicks it, and it's a turnover. There is Seeley for Michigan on this near side. Joyner kicks it in to Blake. Blake looking to create, finds Wolf. Wolf shields off a defender, but it's Lynch with a nice play. Now Joyner intercepts her pass. In the middle of the field now it's Laughlin. Laughlin looking, and it's a beautiful ball. It's a streaking Jade Rivera up the right side. Rivera has an advantage across inside, fisted away by McClellan, headed by Yeka, and then Rutgers will be able to clear here. The ball winds up in the feet of Brittany LaPlante. Now Wilkshire kicks it back out to Ali, and now LaPlante will settle on that far sideline. A beautiful play and goal by McClellan. Again, Michigan unable to convert after a solid cross into the box.
Yep, just really that formula continues to strike again and again for Michigan, and they're having to fend off some of these little handsy Rutgers defenders we saw a few minutes ago. Brittany LaPlante kind of pushing and grabbing the referees, letting them play, and so this is a physical game.
Rutgers
still waiting on that strike.
They've been physical all game, certainly giving Michigan fits. It's Loftman now with the ball up this left side. Her pass to Yaka too far, intercepted by Bankley. Alley's got it. Pass goes back out to Binkley. Binkley into the back. It's Provenzano for Rutgers, slowing the tempo down a bit, holding the ball in their defensive end. It's Wilkshire. Wilkshire pass up, and it's a Michigan ball now. Hawkinson has it. Hawkinson toward the middle of the field for the Wolverines. Get back to Loftman on the edge of that center circle. Pass to the left side now. Hannah Blake, a little toe tap to Joyner. Joyner up the left side, trying to find a teammate. Rutgers swarming defensively. It's Hannah Blake now, and her potential cross deflected by Monema. Rutgers now working with it, but it's Loftman who's able to get the ball back away from Brittany LaPlante. Blake has it along the left side near midfield, works back toward the zone. Loftman's got it to the middle of the field, crosses it inside, and McClellan's there to gobble it up, perhaps eyeing a streaking Danielle Wolf, who's been very active, this time coming from the right side.
Yeah, Wolf's been everywhere. Wolf and Hawkinson really opening up the field and allowing those players to come down the sides, open up this field and let the attack flow through it.
And certainly, speaking of very active, McClellan has been extremely busy this half so far. A lot of action, a lot of crosses. I believe we've seen 4 crosses. Substitution here. Stratigakis comes in for Danielle Wolf. So Stratigakis perhaps will look to provide Michigan with an offensive spark. It's Joyner who has it along this near sideline. Gives to Aaliyah Martin, manning the left side. Joyner's pass is deflected out of bounds by Rutgers. That's Nika Moneme. And Joyner will now take the throw-in for the Wolverines. Joyner lobs it into Stratigakis, back into the game, pressured, and it's a turnover. Good play by Binkley. And that's going to be a Rutgers throw-in. Monema was working with it. Joyner and Yeka were swarming her. It'll be Lynch to throw it in for Rutgers. Lynch looking. She finds Ali. Ali takes it back for Rutgers into their half of the field. And it'll go all the way back to the right back. That's Visco. Now to the goalie, McClellan. McClellan kicks it with her left foot, and it's intercepted by Loftman. One-timer to Yeka. Yeka, and the swarming Rutgers defense again. Loftman is able to ward it off from LaPlante. Finds Hawkinson in the middle of the field. Hawkinson looking to do some damage here. Gives to Yeka up the left sideline. Perhaps a bit of an opening. Crosses it in with the left foot. Keeps it on the ground. And it's Binkley who's able to gobble that up and then kick it out of bounds. Too far ahead of her teammate, Neka Monema. It'll be a throw-in for Joyner. So
yeah, good opportunity here for Michigan. You get the throw-in the offensive end, get the forwards down around the goal box and start setting something up.
Michigan keeping the pressure on. It's Hannah Blake. Gives back toward the center circle. It's Shepard. Shepard on the right side. Jade Revere. Revere, a deep cross in with her right foot, and Rutgers is able to clear it away. Visco got her header on it. Now it's Joyner with her left foot deflected in the box. Moname was there. Trickles back out to Yeka and rifles it off Moname again. 2 strong deflections by Moname, and that's been a theme for Rutgers so far tonight.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a throw. It looked like it might be a corner with the way that one deflected towards the corner in the diagonal part of the field, but throwing all the same.
Joyner dumps it in for Strategakis. It looks like we might have another offsides call here.
Yep.
And a brief stoppage as McClellan will get her shoelace tied with goalies wearing those big gloves. They are not able to tie their own shoes, so true teamwork by Rutgers. Gabby Provenzano stepping in to help her goalie out. The goalie who has really stepped up and played a great game so far tonight. We're 20 minutes in to this second half, and the score still 1-0 Rutgers. The only goal coming in the 44th minute via Neka Moname. Contested header here. Yeka and Lynch were going at it. It'll be off Yeka. A throw-in for Lynch and Rutgers. Lynch gets it into Ali. Ali a header. And good play by Shepard, warding LaPlante off the ball, but perhaps using too much of her body. It'll be a foul called here on Shepard. LaPlante draws it, and it'll be a free kick for Rutgers.
It looks like we're going to have another substitution just about. Not yet.
That is Emily Harrigan, who we saw late in the first half, who's waiting to check in. She'll have to wait a little longer here, as Elmer will take the free kick for Rutgers. The Scarlet Knights lined up on the left side of the box. The kick comes in. It's a header, but it's LaPlante getting her head on it, but in the wrong direction. Rutgers still maintains possession. It's Ali, works around Hawkinson, spins off her, takes it back toward the middle of the field now. A strong kick with her right hand, and right in the right place for the save is Hillary Beal.
Yep, judged that one up perfectly, and coming from distance is not a terribly hard save.
That's Beal's first prominent action of the second half as she unleashes the goal kick over the head of Hawkinson and controlled by Wilkshire for Rutgers. Wilkshire works it back toward the middle of the field to Elmer. Elmer now switching sides to the near side. Lynch, a lazy pass, pressure by Strategakis, and Rutgers is able to unleash it toward the other half of the field. Shepard is there to corral a pass and steal it for Michigan. Yeka up this near sideline. Pressure by Rutgers. That's LaPlante. Now moving up the sideline is Moname. Joyner tracking her, and it'll be out of bounds. Moname, the field not wide enough for her. A turnover here, and enabling substitution. As we mentioned before, Emily Harrigan re-enters for Rutgers. LaPlante will take a seat. Shori Yeka, who had a short spell of action, will take the bench. Nikki Hernandez back in, so Hernandez and Strategakis presumably on the field for the rest of this game. Let's see if they can create. Hernandez immediately gets the ball here off of Strategakis' feed, moves up the left sideline. A kick with her left hand, too strong, looking for Blake, but it's Visco for Rutgers who corrals. Visco gives to Provenzano to the middle of the field, intercepted.
Off the referee.
And it goes off the ref. A bit of frustration there on Michigan's part for Riley Loffman. It leads to Rutgers' ball. Lynch, and her pass too strong. Along the left back is Joyner.
We've now hit the halfway point of the second half, and Michigan, again, has gotten some decent chances, but nothing tremendous. Rutgers, nothing really at all. I mean, they're playing defense, but they've played it well so far and have been physical enough to repel Michigan attacks, and McClellan's come up big when needed. What can Michigan do to get that big answer here? We tick down to 22 minutes remaining.
Lynch gives inside to Ali there for Rutgers off of a throw-in. Ali falls to the ground as she's able to get it out to Moname. Moname keeps it in bounds, working that right sideline nicely, but Nikki Hernandez just storms in to swipe it away. A strong play by Hernandez, but then Hernandez gives it back, and then it trickles out of bounds. Or no, Hillary Beal is able to preserve it before it goes out of bounds, so it'll be Michigan ball. Beal unleashes a strong throw to the right side where Jade Rivera is. Rivera up to Hawkinson, and Hawkinson tight-roping that right side. Toward the middle of the field, a strong kick for Loughlin. Loughlin looks out wide. It's Hernandez for Michigan. Hernandez working one-on-one with the defender. Inside, finds Hannah Blake, and it goes underneath her feet. And there for Rutgers is Elmer. Elmer kicks it back out. And Moname unleashes a kick, but it's out of bounds. So it'll be a Michigan throw-in about halfway into Rutgers territory for Janice Joyner. The Wolverines again still trying to get on the board here, down 1-0, 24 minutes into the second half. The throw from Joyner comes into Hannah Blake. Hannah Blake working with it. And the call here is going to be a Michigan throw. Some Rutgers players were clamoring that the ball went out of bounds earlier on Blake. Nonetheless, Joyner throws it into Blake. Blake works it back to Martin for Michigan. They'll fake switch fields here. Martin across into the box, bounces, and it's deflected by Rutgers. Cleared nicely, Wilkshire, but Loftman steps in, and now here go the Scarlet Knights. Taking it up the field is LaPlante for the Scarlet Knights. On the right side, it's Moname. Hernandez races all the way back to contest her, and
that's a great play.
Another stellar play. We saw her do that a few minutes ago, and she does it again, just taking the ball right off Moname's feet. Here goes Seeley up the middle of the field for Michigan. Hawkinson on the right side. The Wolverines still trying to break through. Hawkinson gives it to Revere. Revere on that right sideline as Wilkshire line here. Her back to Hawkinson. Hawkinson gives to Seeley. Seeley in the middle to Strategakis. Back to Blake. Controls in the middle. Inching closer. Now further back. She'll switch it back to the left side. Janice Joyner.
Yeah, Rutgers is really content to let Michigan run down the sides because they just clog up the middle.
Joyner across in the box, headed out nicely by Amanda Visco. And here goes Moname. Rutgers trying to get a counterattack. Moname just seems a little out of gas here. And she'll just play it out of bounds up that right side. She does look winded a bit. We've got a substitution for Rutgers waiting to come in, Julie Aronoff. Perhaps that'll be for Moname.
Rutgers has been playing defense for so long, they're content to just push that one down the pitch and get a quick breather. But again, it's this impressive play right in the middle of the field. They just lock down that center and repel any clears in.
And Moname does indeed take a seat. Julie Aronoff re-enters for the Scarlet Knights. Aronoff was a force in the midfield in the first half. The throw comes in to Ali. Loftman is there, but Ali gets away. Here goes Rutgers, a bit of an opportunity here. Ali down the middle of the field. Works by Aaliyah Martin. Now it's Seeley on there. Ali with the left foot, a strong kick, and it's off the post. A diving save by Hillary Beal. It ricochets off the post and then off her head, it seemed like, as she dove to the left side of the goal. Nearly a strike there for Ali, but Hillary Beal rises to the occasion.
Yep, right off the post, and gets a little bit of help from the iron, but a great shot from outside. And there's, Rutgers, they sit back, they play defense for 10, 15 minutes, and they get a really good scoring opportunity. And a corner kick right here, big moment in this game.
Here comes their first corner kick of the game, and it'll be Taylor Elmer to take it. The Scarlet Knights packing the box. Every single Michigan player is in the box as well. They cannot afford to give them a second here. Here comes the corner. Rutgers gets a head on it, but it's out on the left side of the box to Strategakis. Strategakis feeds to Blake. Michigan trying to unleash a counter here, but Rutgers gets back well. Blake gives to Hawkinson up the right side. Hawkinson back to Revere. Revere to Hawkinson, a give and go here. Hawkinson, a nice through ball up on the right side to Hannah Blake. Hannah Blake, a one-timer into the box, and perhaps clamors for a handball here, but it'll not be called.
Yeah, second time we've had questions over handballs in the Rutgers box, but nothing yet.
Allison Lynch was back there for Rutgers. It appeared might have gotten a hand on it, but to the Michigan view, but not to the ref's view, and that's all that matters. Strategakis, a pass inside the box, and nearly a chance. Streaking toward it for Michigan was Riley Loftman, but McClellan there, again diving for the save. We're approaching 17 minutes remaining in this game. Rutgers up 1-0. Michigan has been active all night. They've got 10 shots, yet only 2 have landed on goal, and none have found the back of the net. The header on the right side is made by Revere. Revere gives to Seeley. Seeley works her way up that right sideline, and Hawkinson has the ball stolen by her. That's a nice play by Wilkshire for Rutgers. Wilkshire's got it, moves back toward the middle of the field, and she's content to play it back to Visco in the back of that Rutgers defense. Visco pressured by Blake, passes it on the right side to Revere. Aronov's got it, and it'll be a Rutgers throw, knocked out of bounds nicely, and 2 more substitutions coming in for Rutgers. It was a quick spell, certainly, for Neka Moname. She re-enters. Coming out is Emily Harrigan, as is Brittany LaPlante. And Dana Goldstein comes in for Rutgers. So Moname and Goldstein re-enter. The throw-in by Rutgers. And a bit of a push there by Shepard as she was pressuring LaPlante, or Goldstein rather, who just enters the game and jumps right into the fray. So it'll be a free kick in the middle of the field for Rutgers. Elmer will take it. Michigan packs the box again on the left side. Here comes the kick from Elmer, the righty. Booms it in toward the box, and it goes long, just outside the head of a streaking Dana Goldstein.
Yep, just nobody there. But again, Rutgers get some opportunities, and they continue to salt away a good portion of this game. Almost 2/3 gone in the second half, and Michigan still hasn't come super close to scoring. Maybe one or two decent looks, but Rutgers' defense has held so far. Can they hold up in the final 15?
Nobody home on that play for Rutgers, but they'll be happy as long as they can keep that ball away from their goal. With the 1-0 lead here, there's no pressure on Rutgers. That pressure resides on the Wolverines. Another throw in here for the Scarlet Knights. It's Lynch, intercepted nicely by Hernandez. She is taken to the ground. A strong play there by Rutgers. It's Julie Aronoff. The Scarlet Knights retain possession before kicking it out of bounds on the baseline.
Yep,
It'll be a
really
goal kick for Beal.
Hard contact, but this is a physical game. These teams going at it.
Each team came to play tonight. Certainly a lot of physicality and aggression. A lot of hard tackles we've seen. Beal's goal kick. She keeps it on the ground. Feeds Rivera on the right side. Rivera looking for her teammate. A long pass, and it's too far. Knocked away by Rutgers. It's Provenzano. Now Ali in the offensive half. Aaliyah Martin is able to knock her pass away. Feeds Loftman, who's been active tonight on the left side. Now Nikki Hernandez. Passes off the edge of her foot to Stratigakis. A two-man game here for Michigan. Stratigakis spins, pushed to the ground by Lynch. And it'll be out of bounds and Rutgers ball. So again, a Michigan player falling to the ground. And again, a Rutgers defender winning the battle.
That's a sloppy throw-in right there. Goes straight out of bounds. Michigan picks it up, and these throw-ins just creates opportunities. Set up your attack.
Loftman's got it. Gives on the right side to Joyner. Now Aaliyah Martin, and she'll switch fields. A dangerous pass, and it's intercepted there by Goldstein for Rutgers. Goldstein's got a 2-on-2 here, and it's intercepted by Sterling Shepard.
Yeah, easy giveaway.
Shepard there, intercepting the pass. Gives to Hernandez on the left side. Hernandez trying to create for Michigan. Finds Loftman and intercepted again. Amanda Visco was more active in the first half, but she's been a stalwart back there. Rutgers defense not blinking an eye. With Shea Holland out, she was forced out due to injury after a collision in the box early in the half, and Rutgers remains strong defensively. The throw in by Joyner to Loftman. Joyner kicks it inside, and it's off the foot of Emily Blake. Nicole Blinkley winds up for Rutgers. Goldstein has trouble with the ball. Sealy is able to swipe it off her feet up the right side. It's Jade Revere, and it's a steal for Rutgers. Wilkshire comes away with it. Sloppy ball movement and passing on both sides later in this game.
Oh, that's, dumb play right there.
A little too aggressive, Jade Revere, after she lost the ball to Tierney Wilkshire. Tries to get it right back, and the refs were all over that one.
Perhaps a little frustration there for Rivera, and just nothing clicking right now for Michigan offensively, and you can feel it's starting to get late in this game. 12.5 minutes remaining to try and find that equalizer.
Brittany LaPlante checks in for Dana Goldstein, and the clock is not Michigan's friend at the moment. 12.5 minutes remaining. The Wolverines still scoreless. Down 1-0. The throw-in on the far side of the field comes into Ali. She's been active for Rutgers. Crosses the field. On the right side now, Lynch all alone. Hernandez running over to pressure her. Monimeth falls to the ground. No contact, though. It was simply a good defensive play by Janice Joyner. Lets it trickle out of bounds for the Michigan throw-in. Joyner takes it, gives to Martin. Martin will cross the field for Michigan. Shepard's got it. Back to Martin. Martin to Loftman. Wolverines looking to push it up, move it out of their defensive end. Loftman, Shepard on the right side now.
Well, this is where an effective forecheck would really help for Rutgers in sort of pressing and trying to create an opportunity to potentially go up 2-0.
Martin to Loftman to Blake. Blake has some room to run, and she does. Finds Joyner up the left side, coming out of her back position. Joyner has 3 Rutgers defenders on her. She is being walled off nicely by Rutgers. It's Monima and Lynch there, and it goes off Joyner. Another opportunity wasted.
Well, and that's really the first time we've seen that. I mean, Rutgers has been really content to let Michigan run down the sides today, but that time 3 defenders came over and were able to wall that off, but now a giveaway.
Hernandez to Stratigakis. Blake's got it free. Unleashes with the right foot, a bouncing ball. Too easy a save from Megan McClellan. Blake just didn't seem to get her full foot on the ball there. Had an opening for a shot.
I think Blake just was too happy to have that ball at her feet. She had probably 3 or 4 feet to walk it in a little bit and get a closer to point-blank shot, and instead shot it from just outside the box there, and from that velocity, it's an easy save for McClellan.
And I think in a game like this, when the pressure is on Michigan to score, as soon as you see a bit of an opening, you take it, rather than making it a little bit easier for yourself by getting closer to the goal. It'll be a Michigan throw-in on the far side of the field. Taking it is Jade Revere. Revere looking for her teammate. She unleashes a long throw downfield. She's got Hannah Blake. Blake working to it toward the middle of the field, and the pass is intercepted by Rutgers. No Michigan player moved toward the ball, but Taylor Aylmer certainly did for the Scarlet Knights.
Oh, that's a nice pass to the middle.
LaPlante to Aylmer, to Ali, back to Aylmer. Aylmer and LaPlante getting in each other's way. Poor attack there by Rutgers. The ball cleared out by Michigan. Now here goes Nikki Hernandez and Stratigakis, the two trying to find some continuity here in the offensive end. Streaking down the field is Stratigakis. She's running past the Rutgers defense. In the middle of the field, Stratigakis, a shot, and it's saved on the left side post. A diving save to her left for McClellan. Didn't appear to have the oomph or height or an angle to get into the goal, but at this point for Michigan, they just have to start taking shots. And so McClellan will punt it away here for Rutgers. We are under 10 minutes left to play. The Scarlet Knights still up 1-0. Shepard heads it backwards to Joyner. Joyner will feed it out of bounds. Good pressure by Monime for the Scarlet Knights. So Rutgers still working offensively, as much as they don't necessarily need a goal now and just need to preserve their own net. They've had more opportunities late than they had early in the game. Lynch, the throw-in, goes right to Nikki Hernandez, who's been all over the place. Here is Brittany LaPlante. Finds Lynch on the right side. Rutgers has it.
Well, this is extended side in the offensive half of the field for Rutgers. This is where they're just going to pass it back to the defense, kill off as much time as you can, and then clear it deep.
And they do just that as Visco takes the honors. And lurking offsides there was Ali, wondering why she was so open. Well, it was because she was behind the entire Michigan defense. So Aaliyah Martin will take the free kick for the Wolverines. 8.5 minutes left to play. Martin keeps it on the ground to Seeley. In the center circle, Seeley works into Rutgers field by unleashing a pass, but it just couldn't get over the head of Wilkshire, looking for Jade Revere. Taking it up the left sideline for herself and lobbing it into the box. Easy play for Hillary Beal to scoop up the ball. Beal rolls it out. Here goes Loftman for Michigan, trying to create here. It's getting late. Hernandez, a pass behind Hannah Blake and cleared away nicely by Visco. Bomb to Ali. Shepard is over to clear. And then Joyner knocked to the ground by Monime. Joyner heard Monime's footsteps and did a nice job sealing her off. A little too aggressive from there is Monime. It'll be a free kick for Aaliyah Martin. Aaliyah Martin to Loftman. Loftman at midfield for Michigan. Switches the field all the way to the right side where Revere looks. Revere greets the ball on her feet. Moves up for Michigan. Gets by Goldstein. Feeds Hawkinson into Revere on the right side. And the cross right into the hands of McClellan on that near post.
They're trying to get a tap in right in front. But McClellan quickly to it.
Just a little too close to the post. If Revere can get that ball out to the center circle a bit more, perhaps an opportunity for a Michigan attack player to cross that. Hernandez working for Michigan. Lynch for Michigan. Lynch steals it nicely for Rutgers. Visco will bomb it away. And it'll roll out of bounds on the left side. Another throw in for Joyner. Substitutions here. Danielle Wolf comes in for Hannah Blake. We saw Wolf have a lot of opportunities to score early in this half. Number 33, Emily Harrigan, enters for Rutgers as well. Dana Goldstein takes a seat. The throw in comes to Wolf. Wolf controls and then gives away. Good pressure by Rutgers. Harrigan's got it. And runs into her own teammate in Ali, but Ali controls for Rutgers still. Clear out on the right side is Lynch. Lynch back into the defense. Visco bombs it forward, and an offside call. Harrigan Offside. A lot of offsides called this half. The sideline referees certainly not shy with raising their flags.
Yeah, they've been very vigilant about that tonight.
Martin lobs it to the right side. We're moving toward the midfield now with the ball is Jade Rivera. Kicks it back out to Seeley. It's Brooke Seeley. A low-lying pass to Hawkinson. Hawkinson working on Wilkshire, who's doing a nice job on her. And it'll be a free kick for Michigan here. A foul is called on Wilkshire for Rutgers, a little too aggressive, so perhaps here a chance for Michigan. From the far right side of the field, Riley Loftman will take the kick. Michigan loads 5 players into the left side of the box. Loftman with her right foot kicks it in. And it's punched away, the header by Rivera, and she could not get enough on it. It's out of bounds before it could reach the near post.
Yeah, that's a really good center into the box, and you could see the keeper come up and the header opportunity, net wide open, but that's a really tough header to make even with as big as the net is. Moving backwards, trying to direct that in, a lot of bodies in the way.
McClellan went off her line to get her hands on that ball and punch it out, and it wound its way to Rivera, who was free yet at a difficult angle and could not convert again. Here goes Hernandez up the left sideline for Michigan now. She's been trying to create. Strategakis has it. Strategakis moves toward the right side of the field. She'll switch it completely to Seeley. Seeley chases it down along that far sideline. Seeley's got it. Working on Harrigan. Seeley to Hawkinson. Hawkinson. A low-lying cross, and it's flubbed by Rutgers. Here goes Loftman. She might have a shot, but can't get it off. Visco is there to take it off her feet and reject it. Michigan maintains possession. On the right side with a booming kick in is Rivera. Rivera, a header into the box, and couldn't get everything on it. Here comes Wolf, though. She might have a chance with her left foot, and it goes right at McClellan. Michigan still can't break the ice here. 4:10 to left in this ball game. It's 1-0 Rutgers. The Wolverines certainly are having a flurry of opportunities, up to 14 shots now, yet still can't find the back of that net.
Well, this is closing time, and Michigan can feel it really pressing as hard as they can, continually getting opportunities. But the Rutgers defense standing strong, and is this a handball?
Groans from the crowd here. Might be a foul on a Michigan
Other way, it's
player.
a free kick.
Another way, it's more possession for Rutgers.
Yeah, now under 4 minutes remaining, they can boot this deep, and that kills off close to 30 seconds or a minute right there, and that's time Michigan cannot afford to lose.
It'll be Taylor Amler who gets ready to do the honors as the clock ticks down, lobs it toward the box, and Joyner is able to seal it off for Monoman. Here goes Seeley. She's got it. Perhaps a chance here for the Wolverines on a counter. Hawkinson up the right sideline. Rutgers has plenty of defenders back. Hawkinson finds Strategakis. Strategakis towards the middle of the field. Going one-on-one with the Rutgers defender. Gives it back out to Hawkinson. Pressured by Wiltshire. Gives it on the right side. It's Jade Rivera into the box. Too strong. And a header there by Rutgers to clear it out. The ball trickles its way to Rivera. She'll put in another deep cross toward the box. This one might have a chance. One header, and it goes right to McClellan. A sigh by Strategakis as she couldn't get the head on it. Hernandez was streaking in as well, yet she was a tad late as the ball reached McClellan first.
This is one of those things where it feels like if Michigan keeps doing it, they're going to get it, but do they have it in time? Now only 2.5 minutes remaining.
And you certainly have to wonder how many more chances, how many more good chances Michigan will have here as Joyner bombs it toward the middle. But no Michigan player home. It's cleared away by Visco. Rutgers has it in Binkley. Binkley back to LaPlante. Rutgers content with controlling here. Binkley bombs it up. Beal will come off her line and greet the ball with her hands on the edge of the box. Beal, a big high goal kick toward the center circle. Headed up in the air by Rutgers. Now Hawkinson gets her noggin on it. Kicked away, though, by Binkley. And all the way back, under 2 minutes to go, the ball goes all the way into the Michigan end with Beal another goal kick here.
Yeah,
along the sideline.
Feel the frustration on the Michigan side. So many chances tonight. Do they have anything left in the tank?
Crowd has fallen a bit silent here as Ali takes the ball. It's LaPlante now for Rutgers. Time winding down here, approaching 1.5 minutes to go. Elmer's got it for Rutgers. Back to LaPlante. Now Elmer, pressured by Michigan. Give and go, and Ali streaking down the middle of the field by herself. takes it back to her left foot, a kick, and it's just wide off the right post. Michigan might have one last chance here. It'll be a goal kick for Beal.
75 seconds remaining.
Beal gives it into Shepard. Shepard will take it up the right sideline, finds Rivera. Rivera has a bit of green grass in front of her. A Rutgers defender is on her heels, so she switches back, gets away from her momentarily, gives to Seeley. Seeley toward the middle. The crowd banging their feet in anticipation. Up the left side now, it's Joyner. Joyner cuts by. Rutgers defender seals her off. Joyner goes falling to the ground. Monimez got it. Joyner is down in pain. Alia Martin can't control the ball, and it goes to Ali for Rutgers. Up the right side. It's a 1-on-2 for Ali. Ali all the way up the right side. We are at 35 seconds to go. Ali in the right corner.
Yep, this is where you just go to the corner and kill it off.
And she is doing that. And it'll be a Rutgers throw-in. And now finally a whistle is blown to check on Janice Joyner. The trainers come out. The clock has stopped with 29 seconds to go. Joyner just now slowly getting to her feet. Perhaps both injury and frustration.
Yeah, this is down at 29 seconds and the ball in that far Michigan defensive corner. It doesn't look great right now. Maybe one last rush if you could get possession quickly off the timeout.
Walking off the field gingerly with her arm around a trainer is Janice Joyner. Gets an ovation from...
You got to think that ground is brittle and tough with the cold starting to come in, the October weather, and not fun when you go down like that.
Most definitely. Michigan will bring in a late substitution here. Skylar Anderson for Janice Joyner, who you certainly have to feel for. Joyner has played a great game tonight. In the corner, Rutgers will have a throw-in. It comes into Ali. Ali looks to control. She's got it. Warding off a trio of Michigan defenders. It goes out of bounds. Another Rutgers throw-in. Down to 20 seconds to go, and the clock's still ticking. The ball comes in. Here's Monime. Hernandez charges at it. She goes tumbling to the turf. Monimez got it. It'll be another Rutgers throw-in. The countdown is on under 10 seconds, and it looks like Rutgers is going to hold on here. The ball goes to Hernandez, who just unleashes a helpless boot, and Rutgers is going to hold on.
That's a huge win for Rutgers to upset a number 16 team on the road, and
a strong defensive effort keying the win for the Scarlet Knights. Michigan unable to capitalize offensively on a plethora of chances, outshooting Rutgers 14-7, outshooting them on shots on goal 5-4, having 3 corners to Rutgers 1. Certainly a physical game, and it was the Scarlet Knights who prevail here. A hard-fought, tough loss for the Wolverines, who will have to find a way to rebound moving forward.
Yeah, Michigan outshoots Rutgers 14-7, doubling them up in that department. And you almost feel inclined to say that Michigan was the better team, but at the end of the day, the team that had more goals is the one that wins, and that wasn't Michigan. And so a tough, bitter loss for the Wolverines, pretty much knocking them out of hunt for the Big Ten regular season title, but still a lot to play for, and they'll be back at home on Sunday against Maryland.
And so a tough loss for Michigan to swallow tonight. A physical, hard-fought 1-0 loss at home to the Scarlet Knights. And that'll be all tonight that we have. For Alex Drain and Charlie Brigham, I'm Jared Greenspan, and thanks for listening on WCBN.